this phone is not going to cost you any more than £249. And for what you're getting, I still don't really know how they're doing something like this. CMF Phone 2 Pro. This is by Nothing Tech, and CMF, I believe, stands for Colors, Materials and Finish. This is their second generation, pretty much mid to low end phone, but there's nothing mid to low end about it. Now, the first generation one that I tested didn't have a Pro model. This is now a Pro model. I don't know why it's called Pro. Maybe it's because there is a dedicated telephoto lens, but I mean, that's just 2x. But anyway, it's a Pro mid-range low-end phone, but it just doesn't feel like it. And I look at what they're doing with this, and the Nothing Tech guys, I just get amazed at the fact that how they're able to pull this off. And it's really a stab at the establishment for making these mid-range phones way more expensive than they need to be. But what you're getting here really speaks volumes. So let's just go into it, because I kind of want to do something a bit different nowadays, where I just want to have a conversation with you, have more of a casual chat, and just share my thoughts and what my experience has been since using it. Now, a quick rundown of the specs and the performance for what I have here with my model of the CMF Phone 2 Pro. It's a mouthful. But yeah, this is powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 7300 Pro 5G chipset. It does have 8GB of RAM. You can do the RAM expansion as well. You've got 256GB of storage. It's a 6.77-inch flexible AMOLED display, which does do 120 Hz. So again, at this price point, to get high refresh rate and an OLED display is great. 5000 mAh battery, which is as expected. Dual SIM, Android 15 out of the box with Nothing OS 3.2. It's a really compelling overall package that you're seeing here. When it comes to the rear camera, you've got the ultra wide, as well as the 250 megapixels that you've got for the zoom, as well as the main camera, and the 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 16 megapixel selfie as well. So overall, it's really well packed for what you're getting here. So it's nicely put together and well considered. Now, for the design and the build quality, I'm telling you, nothing about this feels like £250 or even £220 for the lower end model when it comes to that particular SKU. And I just don't know how they've been able to pull it off. Now, the whole idea of this phone is the customizability. You can add the cases, you've got the screws. I've seen people add these lens adapters on there to give a different focal length experience for the main cameras. I don't have none of that here. So I'm just giving you what the vanilla experience is with the CMF Phone 2 Pro, and it just really feels well put together and really nice. Nothing about this feels for the price, and you've got to give them props. I sit there, I just don't know how they're really pulling it off, but they somehow are. So that's something I really appreciate. Overall, the design and the build quality doesn't feel anywhere near what the money is. It feels like double the price, like £500. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm saying it because I'm just impressed by how they've put this together as a compelling package. So yeah, design and build quality, really good. A quick word from today's video sponsor, Raylo. Raylo.com is a UK-based online fintech company that offers consumers access to the latest tech like iPhones, MacBooks, and iPads, and more through an affordable and flexible subscription model. This means rather than paying a high upfront cost for your products, Raylo's customers can lease top-tier devices like a new MacBook Pro or iPhone and enjoy the options to upgrade regularly, which, if you're someone like me that loves staying up to date with the latest tech releases from brands like Apple and more, then this could be a great option. Sustainable, affordable, and smart. Using Raylo's leasing service is a great alternative and option for those who want access to the latest tech on a regular basis without a heavy upfront cost. Check the link in the description below and start using Raylo's service, and thank you to Raylo for sponsoring a portion of this video. Another surprise again is the display experience. You're not just getting a high brightness 120 Hz AMOLED display, it's the uniformity. I mean, people make big deals about bezels and uniformity, but you expect that more at the high end. At this price point, like, I'm not really expecting none of that, but yet they've been able to pull it off. I've got to give them props for that, man. This viewing experience is on point, and it kind of puts pressure on companies that are still doing 60 Hz. And yeah, we're not going to mention anything beyond that. This is the standard now. There's no excuse for it. You know, the technology is ubiquitous. It's just accessible. And I'm glad Nothing Tech have been able to put this experience into the CMF Phone 2 Pro. For this price point, man, this display experience is really, really good. Again, performance-wise, it is powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 7300 Pro chipset 5G. Again, all the benchmarks and specs and all of that, it does really matter how it's really utilized, and the software experience with it is really well optimized. The RAM expansion, the battery, the software put together. Yeah, this is something that's well nicely packaged. Again, I'm sure you can game on it comfortably in most scenarios, But really, the everyday day-to-day usability when it comes to swiping, open apps, and just getting along from one place to another, it's been really good on the CMF Phone 2 Pro. I'm impressed with it. So overall, this is something that is nicely put together for the performance. Now for the camera experience, it is a triple rear camera. You've got 250 megapixels, which is the main and the zoom, and the 8 megapixels is the ultra wide. Now, you could say that that extra 2x is something they could have done from the main, but again, this is something that they did to maybe justify the Pro name. You've got a 16 megapixel selfie. Now that selfie is 1080p compliant. You can't shoot 4K. I don't expect it at this price point. And the rear camera does shoot 4K 30. So there is some considerations and limitations. You can't do that on ultra wide. For the ultra wide to be activated, you do have to drop down to 1080p. The camera quality is good, it's workable. You know, there's no complaints there. I'm not expecting this to be some giant killer at this price point, but considering what you get out of the box, yeah, the camera is actually quite decent. So I think Nothing have done a decent job here with the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Again, this is just what you kind of expect at this price point, but above and beyond, it's actually really punching above its weight class. So it's a good look. Now, the overall battery life and charging experience. Now, I would say this. Last year, when I tested the CMF Phone 1, it was the best performing battery in our controlled indoor 2024 extreme battery drain test, which we do on mobile data. Now, this year, I'm kind of taking a bit more of a relaxed approach. It's not every single phone I'm going to be battery testing. It's way too strenuous and intense. So I doubt I'm going to be doing this on the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Unless you will want to see it, then let me know in the comment section below, and I will do that if it makes sense with the right phones that go against it. I usually test up to 4 phones indoors. So if you let me know 2 other phones or 3 other phones that make sense to it and people watch it, I'll probably consider it. But if I'm going by anything from last year, then the battery life on this is probably going to be absolutely incredible, even for a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So I know for sure this is something that I've experienced when using it. So it's been a good look when it comes to the battery. You don't expect wireless charging, we don't have it here. You've got wired charging at 33 watts, which will pretty much charge 100% in about an hour. So yeah, the overall battery experience is really good on the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Last but not the least is software. Now, software is not really something I'm so bothered and interested in reviewing. I really care more about the other parts, but mentioning it, I do love Nothing's approach. Now, they've got this essential key for, you know, AI activations and that. I don't really bother with it too much. I just like the much more clean experience with Nothing OS 3.2 and Android 15. So this is a good look. The software is going to be very easy for you to pick up and use, from the smart drawer to all the different things that have that Nothing touch going for it. This is probably one of the most comfortable and inviting Android software skins, or versions as people call it. So I think they've done a great job here. All that rambling done, sometimes doing these reviews can be very archaic and very boring. But you know what? It's not the case here. It's more interesting because the price point is just so compelling. To be able to get all this level of phone for this price is crazy to me. And that generational jump to how good this second generation is from the first one is incredible. They've knocked it out of the park, and I couldn't not recommend this enough for anyone that's looking to maybe get their first phone for someone else to use or for themselves. You are not going to feel like you are actually getting less. You're probably feeling like you're getting more for what you're actually getting for the money that you paid here. Anyway, that was a lot to ramble out. What do you think of the CMF Phone 2 Pro? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. You enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. Hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.